Hello, people. Welcome to Greenfire on Channel 18, PATV, Iowa City, Iowa, better known as River City, Iowa, at Public Access Television, Channel 18. Big thank you to the very skillful and very good staff here who's very innovative and virtuoso at doing the good stuff, and so big props and a big head shout out to the staff at Channel 18 PATV Iowa City for their good work and very creative and inspiring work. And so, this is the Wednesday after Thanksgiving, so hopefully everyone had a good Thanksgiving, whether at home or away from home. Hopefully you were with friends, or maybe you were alone, but hopefully you had a good Thanksgiving, which is really important. Many different ways for Thanksgiving for different people and different reasons and different meanings, but it's all part of this seasonal wheel that we're part of. We're all part of this seasonal wheel, and we embrace the seasonal wheel as we climb into the deeper recesses of November, and that means we're back in the clan of the cave bear, so to speak, as we move into Hibernia, the phase of the seasonal wheel which is known as Hibernia or hibernation, which is like we become an inner alcove nation, which means we go inside and we stay inside in more or less a cocoon phase for like about 5 months. Here in the upper Midwest, we go into our cocoon phase beginning Samhain, November 1st, around about those parts. November, which is known as the first month it's known as the Great Locking. We go in second month of December, and then we go into winter, which is January, third month. Fourth month is February, again winter. And then fifth month, which is March, which is the great unlocking, which we begin to climb out of our caves or our hibernal state of our mammalian nature. And that means we begin around about vernal equinox, a little after, a little before, who knows, maybe even a month after, to come out of our winter phase. We are into a 5-month Hibernia phase, which is a chrysalis cocoon phase. And that means we are forming and shaping in the cloud of unknowing, better known as the collective unconscious. And the collective unconscious serves us for a deeper purpose than we of the Western mind would be unknown. Our Nordic soul ancestors who did live in the caves have a deeper RNA, DNA, wisdom and nature and knowledge and understanding about these ways. And so that's why I mentioned we go into the clan of the cave bear, so to speak, in this November transition. And yes, we're going through a transition into a transformation. So the leaves have dropped off now, the sun is dying every day, is less light. Every day there's like 2 to 3 minutes less light as we go to the darkest night of the year, which is December 20th, or better known as winter solstice. And on this particular day after Thanksgiving, I hope you can come around and sit around the Greenfire here, the cozy alcove of the electronic campfire known as Greenfire, and let your hair down, reflect, relax, have a cup of hot chocolate, whatever your favorite beverage is, or your favorite food, or if you want to go into other herbal delights, be my guest. Cannabis is just all right. Jesus' weed is just all right. So whatever way you relax and and allow, not just enjoy, but relax and allow. For through relaxing and allowing, we get in touch with our breath, and we breathe in a little deeper. And through breathing deeper, we let go of our stresses. We breathe in love, and we breathe out peace. And we breathe in peace, and we breathe out love. And we breathe in love, and we breathe out peace. And we breathe in peace, and we breathe out love. And we say, Jesus is just us. And just us is Jesus. And Jesus is just us. And you don't have to be going to church to have just us in your presence every day and in your heart. As we breathe in peace, and we breathe out love, and we breathe in love, and we breathe out peace, and we breathe in peace, and we breathe in love. So this breathing, we come to this space where we're breathing. We reduce, we relax and allow. That's RNA, through breathing. And this breathing then totally dissolves stress levels. And through this breathing, in and out, slowing down, breathing, deep breathing, we realize, dear friends, that the center holds. The center holds. And in this is great celebration. For our nation is going through dangerous times, call it dark times, whatever you will. And realization here in the heartland, through this breathing, relax and allow, we see and realize and feel the center holds. And when the center holds in the heartland, that emanates and radiates out to both coasts. Bicoastally is this heartbeat pulse from the heartland. And when there's a centering pulse, a relaxing pulse, a breathing pulse from the heartland, that affects both coasts bicoastally at the same time. It's a synchronicity wave that comes from the heart chakra of the heartland and moves right on out to both coasts at the same time, synchronistically. So this is work for the entire country. This is true Thanksgiving from the heartland. In that celebration, this is the only breath that counts. This breathing is the only breath that counts. If you realize that and you see, this is the only breath that counts. So we moved into Sagittarius on the 22nd and the full moon of Thanksgiving. And so here's a little piece called Exotic Other Out on Bail with Plans for Raucous Behavior and Justice. Well, that's kind of different, isn't it? Exotic Other Out on Bail with Plans for Raucous Behavior and Justice. Come closer. At first glance, the colors are alluring, as the bold black and white zebra stripes stir ancient memories of our common mother. Ah, the bold black and white zebra stripes stir ancient memories of our common mother, Africa. Exotic Other is an icon for the liberation of people and the earth. Exotic Other is an icon for the liberation of people and the earth. She is a mockery of the cultural annihilation and appropriation of black women who have been consistently labeled as less than human through the lens of settler colonial supremacy. Once you gaze upon Exotic Other, you enter an agreement to disrupt the suppression of ancient traditions where women and girls were revered, and to include diverse voices in your community centers and spiritual circles. liberation is ours. We can end the push-pull cycle of exotification and appropriation. With honey on her lips and a sway in her hips, exotic other is out on bail, and she leaves the room smelling of cinnamon, broken chains, and habanero. Ah, the exotic other out on bail, with plans for raucous behavior and justice. Yes? This is the half-waning moon in Virgo, and this seems appropriate. Come closer. At first glance, the colors are alluring, as the bold black and white zebra stripes stir ancient memories of our common mother, Africa. Exotic other is an icon for the liberation of people and the earth. She is a mockery of the cultural annihilation and appropriation of black women, who have been consistently labeled as less than human through the lens of settler colonial supremacy. Once you gaze upon exotic other, you enter an agreement to disrupt the suppression of ancient traditions where girls and women were revered, and to include diverse voices in your community centers and spiritual circles. Liberation is ours. We can end the push-pull cycle of exotification and appropriation. With honey on her lips and a sway in her hips, exotic other is out on bail, and she leaves the room smelling of cinnamon, broken chains, and habanero. Ah. And then this is moving into, we're in the 12th mystery right now. This is from an old saying, Nightbound. If one loses what one held dear, it does not serve to shed a tear. The moon above in silvery grace holds all lost things behind her face. Ah, this is important for our hearts right now. So listen in real close. It's good for our hearts. It's good heart song medicine here. Nightbound. If one loses what one held dear, it does not serve to shed a tear. The moon above in silvery grace holds all lost things behind her face. So it's never really lost. For the moon in her silvery grace holds all lost things behind her face. Heart song. I am the moon, come to me. For in me I have captured and sealed all lost things. I am the moon, come to me. For in me I have captured and sealed all lost things. I am the moon, come in the deadness of night. I have eluded the sun for years. Join me in hide and seek. In me, I have all your memories, your forgotten paraphernalia of dreams. Come, I will be darting through heaven tonight. Come, I will be darting through heaven tonight. I will be peeking from behind the gauze curtain of my face. I will lead you to all lost things, locked for eternity in my bowels. Do not grapple for missing objects in your house, but run from sunlight to the backyards of sleep and search in the night mind. Do not grapple for missing objects in your house, but run from sunlight to the backyards of sleep and search in the night mind. For I will careen in the heavens unstopped, and will return all things for an instant of time. For I will careen in the heavens unstopped, and will return all things for an instant of time. I am the moon. Come. All things are in me. Frozen, yet as if living. I have stolen my secrets from the sun. Nightbound. If one loses what one held dear, it does not serve to shed a tear. The moon above in silvery grace holds all lost things behind her face. I am the moon, come to me. For in me I have captured and sealed all lost things. I am the moon, come in the deadness of night. I have eluded the sun for years. Join me in hide and seek. In me, I have all your memories, your forgotten paraphernalia of dreams. Come, I will be darting through heaven tonight. I will be peeking from behind the gauze curtain of my face. I will lead you to all lost things, locked for eternity in my bowels. Do not grapple for missing objects in your house, but run from sunlight to the backyards of sleep and search in the nightstand of your night mind. For I will careen in the heavens unstopped and will return all things for an instant of time. I am the moon, come. All things are in me, frozen, yet as if living. I have stolen the secrets from the sun. Ah, nightbound. Demeter tells the moon all of your secrets. Rest now, nothing left to hide. So we are in the 12th mystery. And then as we have moved into the 12th mystery, on this particular day, the 28th of November, there is miracles all abounding in preparation for the birth of a new nation on the waxing half moon at 4:19 p.m. tomorrow, Thursday, 4:19. That would be 6:19 Central Time, Standard Time, Central Time. And in this sense, this is an excellent year for Sagittarians to consolidate interests and opportunities. Jupiter in Scorpio reminds us and make room for spiritual solitude and mysticism, giving us access to our inner knowing. The Sagittarius full moon in May highlights the road we need to take. The full moon in May of Sagittarius highlights the road we need to take, whereas the new moon in December encourages us to set seeds for a richer journey ahead. So this new moon is coming up in December, and that encourages us to set seeds for a richer journey ahead. This is certainly not a year to play it small. So let's dream big and sail forth. Let's dream big and sail forth. It's not a year to think small. It is a year to dream big and sail forth. And this Vesta aims her bow and arrow at Vesta. The goddess Vesta aims her bow and arrow at Sagittarius for most of this year. She asks us to consider our path, be it higher education, religious training, or divination. Is it of true service? January and March, Mars in Sagittarius inspires our impulse to serve. Take adequate precautions in long-distance travel. Look before you leap. Ceres in the North Node in Leo reminds Sagittarians to find joy in the paths they choose. Creativity, pleasure, and play move us toward the service Vesta seeks to provide. Matters of love, children, artistic performance, and leadership urge Sagittarius to keep growing as you seek out what nurtures your innermost being and creative essence. With the South Node in Aquarius, put your ideas to paper and give life to your inspirations. Allow yourself to shift perceptions of childhood memories and sibling relationships if you're currently working through trauma in these areas. With so many bodies in Capricorn, like Saturn and Pluto, this is an excellent year for Sagittarians to consolidate interests and opportunities. We need to make room for spiritual solitude and mysticism, giving us access to our inner knowing. Our inner knowing. The Sagittarius full moon in May, which is half a year from now, highlights the road we need to take, whereas the new moon in December, which is only a fortnight from now, encourages us to set seeds for a richer journey ahead. This is certainly not a year to play it small. Let's dream big and sail forth, dear Sagittarians. For these are rainbow arrows straight from the heart. Rainbow arrows straight from the heart. Aho. And in that process, we move into the deepest ember in November, the deepest octave in the oboe of November. This is called Huichal Nagual Natality. Nativity. Huichal Nagual Natality. Nativity. The opening is here. The birthing process begun. A new year is here. This one thing is clear. In the milky soup droop overdrop of late November, it's 26 degrees. It's been 26 degrees since Thanksgiving, a week ago. It's been January and November all month long, with highs in the 20s. And all the wee ones are huddled in their warm kinderkeep. And all the little ones are huddled in their warm kinderkeep, wherever they are roundabouts here, and no one is complaining. We are very grateful for a good Thanksgiving and plenty Thanksgiving to make on, and plenty of Thanksgivings to make on the things that really count. There are plenty of things to have Thanksgivings that on the things that really count, in both kith and kin and Kuan Yin. And Kuan Yin, the goddess of the Buddha goddess, shines in her beauty of compassion. And Kuan Yin, the Buddha goddess, shines in her blessing of compassion. And on this Natality Eve, all the bodhisattvas are invoked and invited in. Roshis, martyrs, saints, Rinpoches, and Satgurus too, in this convocation, deep in the mother ray of the stone room. The gates are thrown wide open. Gate, gate, parasamgate. All the fugitives are showing up for well-deserved hugs. And in this northern blast, geese are upon glass from glacial ages before Ione, and man's hydra of hybrid carnage. This is Natality time for something of radiance. This is Natality time for something of radiance, for something which truly shines from inner innate beauty, beauty of the deep, beauty of deep ecology, for this is compassion for the cessation of suffering of all sentient beings. Through this crack in the cosmic egg, and through this tesseract crawls the magical child, in wonder and beauty. And all beings of Mother Earth, two-legged, winged ones, four-legged, finned ones, are included in this sentience, and are included in this compassion, being birthed in the black earth of high Himalaya, in Echo Valley, at Western Union of the Higher Union. This natality in deep forested valley, hidden deep in driftless in late November. No street clothes are going to cover this, Sacré Claire. No street clothes are going to cover this, nor are they going to clothe, mask, or camouflage this. This is nude beauty of truth. This is nude beauty of truth. Venus on the conch shell. Venus on the conch shell. Nude beauty of truth. Troth of mystery of meaning. Troth of mystery of being in this sacred marriage tree to Sephiroth, the tree of life. Traveler here in forested deep of Upper Mississippi, Madhyamikan, Mahayana, Milky Way, Galactic Federation, and the Mahayana Milky Way, the Galactic Federation aligns through a month of atonement. The Galactic Federation aligns through a month of atonement for this attunement into Alaya Vijnana, a moksha in joy is joy for this birthing baby boy. A moksha is joy for this birthing baby Datu blue baby boy. Joy in the morning at 7:14 a.m. in early light of this house made of dawn in late November. This Wapanag moment in the longhouse of late autumn, this birthing of people of the first delight, this birthing of the people of the first light, first delight, this little child shrieks in delight in the birth of this wonder, following his natality bliss, clear on out to the void, and upon reflection in metta morning of concentric circles of wood at the Vermont stove tucked deep away in the lodge of tools, it is seen balance is through maintenance. Stuckness is removed through restoration of gumption, through quality, arhate of taking care of little things, the details, the little squeaks in the wheel where the bearings need to be replaced, so the roll right stone can turn round right through arhate, and through this reconciliation of the opposites. Through this reconciliation of the opposites, we square the circle and roll out wheels from a deeper center. Wheels upon wheels upon wheels upon Ezekiel's wheels, upon wheels from thrice Hermes Trismegistes, turning, 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 spinning, 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 as Cosmos Induplotinos, spinning wheel of Indra's net, the spinning wheels of Indra's net, 144,000 rainbow dreamer wheels of light and delight in cosmic invocation of this coming age. And that's cosmic with a K, dear friends, not the C of Carl Sagan, cosmos. Cosmic with a K, this cosmic invocation of this coming age, of the echozoic and driftless, the coming of the Echozoic age in Driftless, in Turtle Island, in Gaia, in Solar Tara, riding the Zavuya waves across the omniverse as cosmic surfers of Hunabku on their way to Alcyone and on to Procyon, guided by Merlin's emerald green eye of Ire and Tinjato. Arhate is one of the 4 agreements of love. And in this morning meta-reflection, near the Franklin stove in the longhouse of tools, we see it is called this for that. It is called this for that. It is not just enough to apologize. You have to give something of value for restoration. Not just apologize, that's fine, but you have to give something of value in restoration. That is called this for that. And that's what the Tlingit people of the Sanghas of Southeast Alaska do for their reconciliation ceremonies. And here we see that to maintain the balance, it is called this for that. To restore the moieties, to restore and maintain the balance, and restore the clans. For the kith and kin in this month of atonement, we see concentric circles of deep ancestor relations, deep 7th generation relations. We see the center holds, Upaya star of Stella Marie, of the star of the sea. It is seen through the deep ancestors of the Huichal mystery tapestries, of the luminous fibers of tapestry of the Nagual in the Huichal mystery tapestries. It is seen in the deep ancestors of the hidden Nagual Natality of the Yaqui at the assemblage point, where the tonal is everything. The resonance field of the unified field, which is morphogenic resonance field. And we see it in the pollen maze women of the Hopi. We see these deeper ancestors in the pollen maze women of the Hopi. And we see it in the deep spirit runners of the Tarahumara of the Sonora Desert. The spirit runners of the Tarahumara of the Sonora Desert in Mexico. And we see it in the Mazorca Kinmazels of Quiche in Guatemala. The Mazorca Kinmazels of the Quiche who had the Mayan calendar in the form of a Zolkin, which is a 260-day calendar based on human gestation. Makes a lot more sense, don't you think? A 13-month lunar calendar. And this all-ancient future ancestry is part of our awakening into deep ecology. This all-ancient future ancestry is part of our awakening into deep ecology. This is part of our mystery tree, which is awakening on this planet, known as Anima Mundi. Through the Anima Mundi, which is the soul of the earth, of the sacred Aqua Terra. Sacred Aqua Terra is the water planet. Beloved Mother Earth, Aqua Terra, the water planet. Of this planet drum, which is a Misa Gaia, which is a mass on the earth. This is all deep ecology, part of the mystery tree of Anima Mundi. And this is Axio Mundi, which is the axis of the earth. Wherever we're born is the axis of the earth. That's a biopsychic cartographic field. Biopsychic cartography is the sacred place where you were born. That's a sacred energy field known as the Axio Mundi, as biopsychic energy of the map, of your biopsychic map where you were born. It's called Axio Mundi, the axis of the earth. And Axio Mundi, Anima Mundi, Harmonium Mundi. That's the music of harmony surrounding the place of your birth. That's the Harmonium Mundi. This is the harmony of the spheres, the music of the spheres surrounding the place of your birth. And this is all part of Misagaya, the mass of the earth. And it all started at this natality of observing and inhabiting concentric circles in a log near a Vermont stove in the Longhouse Tool Lodge, enough for shields, sacred bundles, and sweet medicine of immense journeys yet to come, in celebration of amazing grace, in celebration of amazing grace of this leaning tree, learning tree, little magical child sings, wee! The little magical child who is just being born on this natality sings, wee! At this nativity. Ah, this natality has now become nativity, Feliz Navidad. So that's the nativity of our own being. That's a great celebration. So this, in the last week, in the last octave of November, is a celebration of a divine birthing of a kind, which is a precession of Advent into Nativity, which is a month from now. And we are in the precession equinox of this event. And we're all part of this nativity, being that all of us had a sacred birth on earth. Each one of us is a part of the sacred birth on earth. It's a celebration. So we've kind of gone through this in a good heart way. Breathing is essential. Breathing in love and breathing out peace. And breathing in peace and breathing out love. And breathing in love and breathing out peace. So now it's gone into our head, let it now rest deeply into our heart in this second go-round of what this Huichal Nagual natality into nativity. The opening is here, the birthing process begun. A new year is here. This one thing is clear. In the milky soup droop overdrop of late November, it's 26 degrees outside. It's been 26 degrees since Thanksgiving. This has been January and November, and all the wee ones are huddled in their warm kinder keep wherever they are roundabouts here, and no one is complaining. We are very grateful for a good Thanksgiving and plenty of Thanksgiving to make on the things that really count in both kith and kin and Kuan Yin, the goddess of compassion, the Buddha goddess of compassion, shines in her beauty and shines in her blessing of compassion. And on this Natality Eve, all the bodhisattvas are invoked and invited in, Roshis, martyrs, saints, Rinpoches, and Satgurus too, in this convocation deep in the mother ray of the stone room. The gates are thrown wide open. Gate, gate, parasamgate. All the fugitives are showing up for well-deserved hugs. And in this northern blast, the geese are upon glass, upon the lake, from glacial ages before Ione. And man's hydra of hybrid carnage does not touch here. This is natality time, where something of radiance is being born, or something which truly shines, from inner innate beauty, beauty of the deep, beauty of deep ecology. For this is compassion, for the cessation of suffering of all sentient beings. Through this crack in the cosmic egg, And through this tesseract crawls the madrigal child in wonder and beauty. For something which truly shines from inner innate beauty, this is beauty of the deep, beauty of deep ecology. For this is compassion for the cessation of suffering of all sentient beings. Through this crack in the cosmic egg, and through this tesseract crawls madrigal child, and wonder and beauty, and all beings of Mother Earth, two-legged, winged ones, four-legged, finned ones, are included in this sentience and are included in this compassion, being birthed in the black earth of high Himalaya in Echo Valley at Western Union of the Higher Union. This natality in deep forested valley, hidden deep in driftless in late November. No street clothes are going to cover this or touch this sacre coeur, nor are they going to clothe or mask or camouflage this. This is naked, this is nude beauty of truth. This is nude beauty of truth, the troth of mystery of meaning, the troth of mystery of being. In this sacred marriage tree to Sephiroth, the tree of life. Traveler, here in forested deep, of upper Mississippi, Majamican, Mahayana, Milky Way, there is no trail. You blaze a trail as you go. There is no trail. You blaze a trail as you go. And this galactic federation aligns through a month of atonement. And this galactic federation aligns through a month of atonement for this attunement into Alaya Vijnana in a cathedral forest, a moksha of joy for this birthing Datu blue baby boy. Joy in the morning at 7:14 a.m. in early light of this house made of dawn. This Wapanag moment in this longhouse of late autumn. This birthing of the people of the first light. This birthing of people of the first light. This birthing of the people of the first delight. This little child shrieks in delight in the birth of this wonder, following his natality bliss. Following his natality bliss, clear on out to the void, clear on out to the void, and upon reflection in metta morning of concentric circles of wood at the Vermont stove, tucked deep away in the lodge of tools, tucked deep away in the lodge of tools, it is seen balance is through maintenance. It is seen balance is through maintenance. Stuckness is removed through restoration of gumption, through arhate of taking care of little things, through arhate of taking care of little things, little squeaks in the wheel, little squeaks in the wheel, so the roll right stone can turn round right through arhate. And through this reconciliation of the opposites, square the circles and roll out wheels from a deeper center. And rolling out wheels from a deeper center, and rolling out wheels from a deeper center. Wheels upon wheels upon wheels upon Ezekiel wheels, upon wheels from thrice Hermes Trismegistes, turning, 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 spinning, 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 sparking, 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 spinning, 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 on Cosmos Indo-Plutino's spinning wheel of Indra's net. 144,000 rainbow dreamer wheels of light and delight in cosmic invocation of echozoic and driftless. In Turtle Island, in Gaia, in Solar Tara, and Celestial Mundi, riding Zavuya waves, riding these cosmic Zavuya waves, riding the Zavuya waves across the omniverse as cosmic surfers of Hunabku, on their way to Alcyone and on their way to Procyon, guided by Merlin's emerald green eye of Ire and Tinjatel, Arhate, which is quality, another name for God, is one of the 4 agreements of love. Arhate is one of the 4 agreements of love. And in this morning meta reflection near Franklin's stove in the Longhouse of Tools, we see it as called this for that. You got to give this if you've done something for that. If you've done harm, you have to have a condolence ceremony, a reconciliation ceremony. And so you give this for that. The Tlingit people of the Songus in southeast Alaska have this medicine of reconciliation. This for that. So it is called this for that, to restore the moieties and maintain the balance for kith and kin. In this month of atonement, we see concentric circles of deep ancestor relations, deep 7th generation relations. Our ancestors and the 7th generation, the ancient future in our heart. We see that the center holds, the Axio Mundi, the center holds, and the Upaya star shines. The Upaya star of Stella Marie, the star of the cosmic ocean. It is seen through deep ancestors of Huichal mystery tapestry. Deep ancestors of Huichal mystery tapestry. Hidden Nagual Natality of the Yaqui, where the assemblage point of tonal is begun, and we set our intent by putting our tent on the golden eternity of now. Dear friend, we maintain that you put down your tent in the golden eternity of now. You set your intent here at the assemblage point. That is called the Nagual and the tonal. And that is the hidden Nagual natality of the Yaqui, of the Mojave and the Sonora. And these deep ancestors see it through the pollen maze woman of the Hopi, the blue pollen maze woman of the Hopi, and the dream spirit runners of Tara Humara, and the dream spirit runners of Tara Humara, and the Mazorca kin mazels of the Quiche Maya, who have the Mayan calendar. And these are all ancient future ancestors of our deep ancestors. And these are of our deep awakening into their deep ecology. A mystery tree of Anima Mundi, Axio Mundi, Harmonia Mundi, of the sacred aqua terra of this planet drum, Misa Gaia. And it all started at this natality. And it all started at this natality of observing and inhabiting concentric circles in a log near a Vermont stove in the Longhouse Tool Lodge near the Lincoln Highway on Highway 30 in eastern Himalaya. Is this enough for the shield, for the kith and kin? This is enough for the sacred bundle and the sweet medicine of the immense journey yet to come. In celebration of amazing grace of this leaning tree, learning tree, the little magical child sings, wee, 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 at this nativity, as the child is born into this sweet medicine ceremony of the deep. So this is the birthing time. This is the precession of natality into nativity, which is at the beginning of Advent, which is the following Sunday, which is this coming Sunday, which follows the cosmic Christ Sunday, okay? The cosmic mind, cosmic Christ in the center of your mind and your heart. So that moves right into the natality, then into the precession of the nativity through the Advent, which is this Sunday. It's all a part of the celebration of the season of the Festival of Lights, the mystery of the lights of this time. And these lights are sacralities of our inner being. So this is an invitation to celebrate for all the different beings upon this planet Earth, and not just the human beings of all the nations on this planet, but all the birds, all the four-leggeds, all the two-leggeds, all the fish, all the swimmed ones, all the mammals, all the two-legged, all the winged ones, all the finned ones, and also trees and plants and have their being, and the herbs and the roots and the the tubers, and all the different forms of life that give us sustenance on this Mother Earth. And this is in preparation of celebration of this birth again. This is a joy in the morning at 7:14. So if you wake up in the morning and you see that about 7 o'clock now, maybe 6:49, 6:57, the sun is just rising. So that is the housemaid of dawn. The sun is just rising about 7 a.m. in the morning. It's housemaid of dawn. And then you can see, if you look, that this as the sun is rising, you see the light shining across the way. You can see that this earth is this sacred earth, this holiest earth. This is holiest earth at that time and all day, but particularly at that time. And then you can see that there's a foundation of firmament below and above, but especially below, which is the firmament, which is, say, holy the firm, which terra firma. We stand on Mother Earth, terra firma. So we affirm holy the firm. And then as we see the housemaid of dawn, we see this earth household. This earth household is all of us. This earth households all of us. And so each one of us is part of the earth household. And then you see sky above and earth below. So that's the 6 directions. You have north, east, south, and west. Those are the 4 directions. Then you have sky above and earth below. Those are the 6 directions. And then you have the seventh direction, which is us, ourselves, us human beings, us uprights, us two-leggeds, us those who have a backbone, vertebrates who stand two-legged. That's us. We're the 7th arrow. So there are 7 directions. And on the seasonal wheel, there are 7 directions on the seasonal wheel. And again, the north, which is wisdom, which is the snowy owl. The snow goose is wisdom. That's the north, light. The east is the morning light, where the morning comes from. That's wisdom, that's vision. That's where the eagle lives. We're talking about a medicine wheel here. And the east is spring, and that's also where the eagle, where the light comes in the dawn. The south is summer. So that's more warm. It's called the Greenfire mouse, close to the earth, the Greenfire mouse, where things grow, close to the earth. That's the south is the summer, Greenfire mouse. And in the west is autumn, where we're in right now, and that is the clan of the cave bear. That's the great Ursa Major of the constellations. The Big Dipper is Ursa Major, which is the big bear. Okay, Ursa Major. That's the west, and that's introspection, and that's autumn, and that's living in the cave. So we've been in this seasonal wheel circle migration, beginning on the 1st or so of November, when the light begins to dim quite significantly. And as I mentioned at the beginning of this Greenfire hour, of the golden eternity of this Greenfire hour, we begin to move into a chrysalis, more like a cocoon, of a 5-month cocoon moving into a chrysalis, where we move inside into hibernia, which is the hibernation, the inner nation of hibernation, where we climb inside into introspection, into our caves, clan of the cave bear, being in late autumn. And we'll be in this hibernia, living indoors, November, for 5 months. November, which is called the Great Locking, November and December, called the Great Locking. January and February, called winter. March is called the Great Unlocking. So for 5 months. So we've turned the seasonal wheel. So in this, dear friends, this is the golden eternity of this hour. It's also the golden eternity of a new birthday, a nativity. So from a Nagual natality into nativity. And may the nativity of your birth be revered as sacred, as biosacred space as well. So happy birthday, one and all, wherever you are. And don't forget that you truly are a star. And may the peace and blessings of this Greenfire hour live in your heart forever. Peace.